Unstoppable. Rampage. Godlike.
Hello everyone, Mixfant Gaming here. Welcome to my channel. Today we're taking a look at some more Mech Arena action. And today we're probably going to run a game of the tournament. I haven't done any of my games yet for today, so it's going to be a first game in the heat. But as we do so, I'm going to try and talk about the tournament. And I know it might be controversial with what I'm going to say, and it might even upset some of the members in my own clan. But I'm going to talk about the tournament and why I think it needs an overhaul. I was not part of this game when it first came out. I don't know if the tournament has changed over time, minus, of course, the fact that they've actually reduced some of the rewards in the tournament. But actually, the mechanics of the tournament, I don't know if it's changed or if it's the way it is right now is how it was when it was first introduced into the game. But there are some, in my opinion anyways, there's some serious flaws with the way it works. And I'm going to suggest some solutions to it. And we'll just try to have a little bit of fun in the tournament. Good, bad, or extremely ugly, doesn't matter. This video is for informational purposes, my own opinion, hoping to possibly change the tournament so it's better for everybody involved. So that being said, as you can see, I got 5th place in the tournament yesterday. So let's quickly claim those rewards. I haven't really gotten a chance to get on today. It's getting a little bit late in the day for me to actually start the tournament, but whatever. Okay, so let's just go through here quickly. And so I'm moved up into the expert bracket. And before I forget, let's just get my free crate here. And then we're going to hop into a tournament and we're going to talk about some of the flaws. So before we go into it, so let me just try to explain a couple things. So as you can see from my power level, I'm 1700, between 1700 and 1800, depending on what I'm running. And one of the main issues I have with the tournament is, and I don't know the potential matchmaking of it, to be perfectly honest, but I find I go into the tournament very often, and because I'm in Division 1, I will get sometimes ranked up with people that have 3,000, 3,400, sometimes double my own power. And you only get 12 free tickets in a day. And then beyond that, you need to get the gold tickets. You need to spend some money to get them. And when you're going to a tournament and you're going up against somebody so much more powerful than you, it's almost a waste of a ticket at that point in time. What I would like to see is some more balancing in the coordination of the power levels. Now that, of course, brings into another aspect of the tournament, and that is people trying to game the tournament system. I ran into a person last night in the tournament, and they had maxed out stuff, but they were only running 3 bots in order so that they could reduce their power ranking, so that they could get matched against lower power players. So of course, if this person had been fully maxed out with all of his hangers, he probably was up around maybe 2,900 or so power. But after doing the little kind of trick that they were doing, I reduced them to, I think, around 1,800 or so. And of course, so I got maxed with them. Now, again, as I was saying in the intro, I'm not sure how the actual matchmaking works. I don't know if that has anything to do with it or not, the power ranking. Because if it does, then why am I getting matched against players who have like 3,000, 3,400 or so power? But anyways, so Plarium, I think you really need to change the tournament so that it is effective in only looking at the actual power ranking. And you also somehow need to put in some kind of flag to ensure players are not trying to game the system. And I don't have a solution for this, to be perfectly honest, because it's very easy to do so. Even if you said, well, if a player has 5 slots unlocked, they gotta use all 5. Well, it doesn't stop them from, for instance, putting in a low-level Lancer or something just to reduce the power. Just trying to get this guy here. Good, got him. So yeah, something needs to be done there because you want it to be as fair as possible. It is a tournament, yes, and this is a team-based game, but this leads me to my other point. The tournament is not a team-based end result. It is all individual based. Even though you're trying to play as a team to win, the rewards are not as a team, they're as an individual. So this leads me to my next point, is that I don't think you should be able to squad at all in tournament play. Don't get me wrong, I love running with no mercy. I love, going into a tournament and just pounding it out. But the fact that now that we have a 5v5 deathmatch option in the ability to select as a team play, I don't think squads should be allowed in the tournament. For the main reason I was saying before is about to make equity and fairness in the actual tournaments themselves. You have a full team, whether it's just a few players or a completely full 5-player team, and then you happen to get matched up against one single real player on the other team. That again is just a complete waste of tickets for that other team, or the other player, I should say. So I really think something needs to be done. I would remove the ability to run squads in tournaments themselves. It's not as though the squad gets the points in the tournament. It's the individuals and their individual performance in the tournament that gets the points. So, I know this might be a little bit more controversial to some people who, for instance, maybe love to run squads. And I don't want to take the squad play of the game, but we do have the 5v5 deathmatch ability option available when running in squads anyways right now. So, with that being said, I do think something needs to be done about the matchmaking. And something needs to be done about people trying to game or cheat the system. And I do really honestly believe that squads should not be playing in the tournament. If you want to try to match up and time drop, that's one thing. So then the matchmaking could maybe put an even number of players on each side. Again, based off of the power ranking. But squads themselves going against one or two maybe real players on the other side usually just demolishes them. Hey, look at that, we got first place. And one other thing I want to mention is about the tickets. Like, why am I getting tickets in crates if I have no slots open to be able to store those free tickets? Why can you not remove the tickets from the crate openings? And because you only get 12 free ones a day. Well, if I open a couple crates early in the day and I happen to be full on tickets and I get maybe 3 or 4 tickets, well, now I've just wasted those 3 or 4 tickets because I opened crates and I didn't have any slots available for the freebies. So why not only give the, why not only give the free daily tickets in the crates if you have slots open to be able to store them? That way, somebody can go in and they can do their games. They can open up some crates or whatnot. And if they decide to run some tournaments later in the day, then they can start accumulating the tickets again. So that would be my suggestion for there as well. So there is one other item about the tournaments I forgot to mention while we were playing. And you know what? Let's just hop into another tournament and I'll continue talking about this a little bit more. And this particular topic is the timing. You have players, for instance, that will go in and start the tournament sometime during the day. Then you'll have this group of players that, in order to conserve their tickets, they start playing about an hour, hour and a half before the tournament ends. And nothing wrong with that. But for those players that start, for instance, in the day, they are at a disadvantage, especially if you're in a different time zone, to those who can come on in the last hour or so that are in your current heat and being able to grind into maybe second, first place and take your spot over. I know for me personally, I can't stay up until 2 a.m. to protect my lead or to protect the spot that currently that I am in the tournament. So what I would like to propose is that tournaments go to a 12-hour time frame. And what I mean by that is once you start your tournament, your main heat, once you start it, you have 12 hours to finish it. However, do not take away the time reset for the tournaments. So in other words, if you want to do the last hour or so in a day and grind that way, you still have that full option available to you. You can come on, at least in my time, it's 2 a.m. Eastern. So if I really wanted to, I could still come on, at say 12:30, 1 a.m. Eastern, and grind that last little bit, and just try to conserve my tickets and get whatever place I can in the tournament from there. But if I wanted to start the tournament earlier today and not have to stay up that late, well, why not, if I start the tournament at 9 a.m. Eastern, then let that heat go until 9 p.m. Eastern, so that I have the opportunity, if I want to come on in that final hour of that 12-hour time slot and to protect my slot, my position in the tournament. As it stands right now, there's been lots of times where I've gone in, say start the tournament at 9, 10 a.m. or something, and I try to do a little bit more at night, say maybe around, again, 9 or 10 at night, and then I have to go to sleep because I have to work the next day. I can't stay up until 2 a.m. And then I log in the very next morning, and I find I've lost first or second place, sometimes even dropping all the way down to 10th at one point in time, all because I could not get on in the early mornings to be able to protect my spot in the tournament. So if you were able to reduce it to a 12-hour time frame, then I'm able to come back down and just be able to time my tournament so that it starts whenever I know that I can also finish it as well. So again, if I start at 9 a.m., then I know I have until 9 p.m. to come back on and try to protect my position in the actual tournament. I really think that would go a long way. Those who want to run the tournament in the last hour and a half can still do so. There's no problem there. But those who want to try to get the full effect out of the tournament and protect their slot and be able to start the tournament earlier in the day when it's more convenient for them, well, then they have that option to be able to try to fight for that position before the tournament ends and not have to just rely on luck and somebody not coming in and stealing their spot. After all, we only get 12 free tickets, and then beyond that, you have to pay for them. So that would be my suggestion, is change to 12-hour format for when you actually start. And if it's less than 12-hour remains between the actual tournament reset, well, then just keep it how it normally is right now. And then that in combination with fixing the matchmaking and fixing the players who are trying to game the system by purposely lowering their power rankings and removing the squads from the actual tournaments themselves, I think it would go a long way to making a more fair and desirable tournament for everybody involved. Sorry, I'm actually surprised I'm doing as well as I am, because I'm trying to talk about tournaments and I'm not even thinking about the actual tournament gameplay I'm doing right now. Anyway, so we've got 11 seconds left. Looks like we're going to pull this one off. So anyways, I hope people are listening to this with an open mind and would actually consider what I'm talking about. I'm not sure what everybody else's opinions are or experiences with their tournaments, but I know myself, I have definitely lost my positions and lost my potential. For instance, acorns I would have gotten had I had the opportunity to protect my position in their tournament before it ended. And just as it stands right now, the time zone differences where people play really favors one over another. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And if you have any other comments or ideas or your own thoughts about the tournaments, please leave them below. And until next time, cause some mayhem in the field for me.